the Bobcats. Davis Ragland, pick six. Feldman, that one will get in. That's a good point right there. A shot coming here. That's a goal. Lifted to left center field. Gets off the warning track into the wall. Transition three. Boom! Knocks that one down. And it's a goal. What a beautiful play. Dutton, look what I found over to first. Gets a 3-on-1 all the way. Yes. There he goes. Welcome in to Bobcat Live here at Wayward Social. We are inside Rosie's. Great to have you along tonight as we've got a great lineup. We'll talk girls and boys cross. That's the football way to spell Bo. That's good stuff. All right, so let's jump into it. Last week, 35-0, the final score is you guys went down to Newton and suffered fourth loss of the season. But I tell you what, there's not many games that you go out and play and you win the turnover battle 3-0 and you end up on the losing side. I mean, the defense was given, everybody, the whole team a shot to stick around in that one. What did you come away seeing from your defense in that one?
Yeah, we gave up too many runs, man. Newton's a good football team. Might be one of the best ones we play all year. They were fast, so yeah, we can see it on film, but when you get on the actual field too, they're pretty fast flying around. But yeah, I thought defense played pretty well besides a couple big plays where we were slipping, they weren't. So who knows what the heck's going on there?
Yeah.
We got to keep our feet and just make a play, and probably would have been a little closer.
In the offense, learning the new flex bones. So, I'm not probably saying anything you don't know. Not always getting some favors there right now as that offensive side, has been struggling a little bit. But, you guys keep going, making those plays. But there's certain things out of your control on the defensive side. How do you kind of preach that, knowing that some of these guys are going both ways, though? It's not just strictly offense, defense guys.
Yeah, we try to spell them as much as we can. But every week we play someone, and they have guys going both ways, too. So we keep reminding them, like, hey, they're playing both ways, too. They're tired. Yeah. So we got to suck it up sometimes.
Yeah. All right. So Jamison Niehaus at linebacker, he's been a heck of a guy there filling in for Xavier Anderson, who suffered an injury week number 1. But he comes in week number 1, gets the sack, and then last week he made a really nice interception, undercut the wide receiver, and picked off a ball that probably shouldn't have been thrown. But, hey, he was there, made the play. He just seems like he's reading things really well for only being a sophomore.
Yeah, Jamison he just loves football. If you put him anywhere, he's going to be a good football player. He just loves it a lot. Yeah, that interception, he kind of took a step forward, and the quarterback thought he was coming, and he kind of okey-doked him. And just a smart play. He's a smart player. You could tell him something on the sideline, and he's going to do it. He's always doing what he's supposed to do.
That's awesome. Unga Pramana, and he made his own play. He put a hat on the ball, got the football out, kind of helped rip it out, and then recovered the fumble. What'd you make of that play on the fumble recovery?
Yeah, just another smart kid, likes the game, pretty physical for how small he is, too. When we do tackling drills, I always have him lead by example. Like, watch Anga here. He's face mask on someone, so it's not surprising. He puts his hat, punches the ball out, and recovers it himself.
Yeah, that was really fun to see. So kind of wipe the slate clean. What's practice been this week, knowing, you got to move ahead? You got another game this week.
Yeah, it's kind of, since we've both done the same offense now, it's kind of been, we're getting double reps on offense this week. And I know so Goodvins, they really love that. But, yeah, just kind of what the heck we're going to do, right? What defenses worked against us, worked against them, stopped them. So just kind of figuring out what we're going to do to try to stop them.
How much does that help your job, knowing that, you're going against an offense basically on Friday night in Ottumwa, which is pretty much a flex bone as well. You've been facing that in practice since August. Do you think that really kind of helps your game plan this week?
Yeah, because the offensive guys now have they watch it, they know what stops them, so their suggestions, right? Take it in and see if we can do that too. What's helped to stop them so they can help us on defense.
Yeah, this is the first year for the Bobcat offense running the flex bone. It's struggled at times. Meanwhile, you look at Ottumwa, they've racked up 1,800 yards of offense. They've obviously had more years of experience running this offense and then going down to the lower levels. So where do you think the execution and their ability to rack up so much rushing yards comes from as far as the execution, like where the Bobcats are, where they want to be, and now where Ottumwa is currently today?
Yeah,
that
I think
makes
it's
sense.
their third year doing it, so just having years doing it. I think it's the quarterback's third year starting too, so quarterback is the key there. He's got to handle the ball, make the reads all the time, so just getting live reps all the time has just helped them a lot, I think. And their fullback's the leading rusher in the state, so if you have a big fullback who always falls forwards, always getting first downs, it's tough to stop. Like
a Davis Ragland.
Yes. I told him that this week. You two are very similar. Linebacker, B-back.
Yeah, that's fun. When you were in high school, what offense did you run, or were you just mostly a defensive
We were just
guy?
I formation, yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm trying to remember where you went to a W.
West Marshall, yep.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Okay, I knew it was a W school. I didn't remember it being right down the road.
Yeah, 30,
West
30,
Marshall.
15 miles down the road.
Yeah,
very
that's
close.
awesome. All right, so I was wondering too. Do you? I was listening to a football podcast or something, and they were talking about that they love this guy. A defensive coordinator at this place, and they're talking about Dave Aranda. It was actually Colorado Livingston. He was a former Bengals defensive backs coach, but he was just talking about like inspirations or other guys that really like their defensive style or how they call a game, how their defense. Is there anybody that you really like to watch, or maybe you've picked up some things that they do a really nice job on the defensive side?
Man, anytime you watch an NFL, Coach Goodwin's a big Pittsburgh fan, Steelers. Anytime them or the Ravens play, it's just fun to watch. They go out and hit people. But the guy from he's not at UNI anymore, he's at Louisiana Tech, JJ, was our D coordinator there forever, really taught me the game and just everything he did, just making it simpler for everyone else. Because he's like the smartest guy in the world at football. Didn't play it in college. He just knows it really well. Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. I would think that would be behind the eight ball a little bit, but maybe you see something from the outside that a player wouldn't see. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's pretty. You don't hear that a ton.
No, it's not that common.
No,
he does well.
Yeah, wow, that's cool. So when you were in college, what did the Panthers run? Did they run a 4-3?
4-2-5. Yeah,
4-2-5.
Very similar.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So Iowa State kind of runs similar to a 4-2-5, is that?
Yeah, it might be like a 3-3-5-ish,
okay,
depending on formation. They might have like another guy drop. Yeah, something.
Yeah. So Bobcats have played 3-4 this year, where I was going with this, and at times play a 4-3 defense.
Yep.
Or, you've mixed a lot up out there. How hard is that, based on your experience, to change, or is that a fairly easy thing? It's just knowing assignment, technique may be somewhat similar, that kind of thing.
Yeah, 4-3, a little easier. D lineman, there's 4 of them there. When it's 3-4, that nose tackle is going to get doubled every play. So he's not going to make a lot of plays as in the stat sheet, but if you have a good nose who takes away both A gaps, it makes the life easier for all the defense. So you got to find that mix, the 4-3. I love having 4 D linemen out there, but sometimes they're banged up. All of them start in the offensive line, so we got to have only 3 of them out there in defense.
How does that affect, in your eyes, the job of the linebackers in a 3-4 versus a 4-3?
4-3, linemen don't climb that fast. 3-4, those guards aren't covered, and they're right on them. They can run straight at them. So it's hard to get a read sometimes, but it makes your life a little harder in a 3-4.
Well, because you're going to maybe have to fight off that blocker and then get your, who knows if there's a fullback coming behind or,
But you blitz a lot more blitzes from the 3-4, so it gets the offensive line thinking a little more. So
okay. So when you play, certain styles of defense, do you, like, for example, like a 3-4 or the 4-3, as far as the pressure goes from your linebackers when you're blitzing and things of that nature, do you do like fake? I guess I haven't really. I see that at the collegiate and the NFL level too, where they'll drop maybe a D end in coverage, but they'll bring a linebacker from somewhere else. Do you do a ton of that at this level, or is that something that's more intricate?
We might show a linebacker coming in the 3-4 and then come from the other side or something, but. We don't drop D ends ever. Like Johan might like it or Barker might like it, but we don't do that.
That's a pretty tough thing, right? To make sure that assignments are correct and guys are making reads. I mean, that's a pretty that's a pretty next level thing, right?
Telling them to go against a 230, 40-pound offensive tackle. Then they got to drop and try to cover a guy who can run 11 flat and 100. It's a little bit different ball game.
Yeah, that is for sure. Against the Tumble Bulldogs, we touched on it just a little bit, but I guess what's your key on the defensive side to be able to come out with a victory on Friday night?
Stop number 4, their fullback, and number 2. If we can hold those guys down, we have a really good shot at winning the ball game.
Yeah, this was a game last year you guys dominated. You had a pump block for a touchdown. Johan Gomez had that play, his first game back last year. And, just some other really good defensive plays were made out there. I think you only gave up one real big play to the wide receiver, Javion John.
And that guy's not even back.
Yeah, he's not even back.
Thankfully.
Yeah. So anyway, the passing game, is that going to be much of a threat, or is that? It seems like kind of an afterthought for them to, run, and then maybe catch you off guard.
Yeah, last week versus Oskaloosa, they killed them with the pass, though. So
Really?
Just doing your job every play, all 11 guys. If you do that, we have a really good shot.
Yeah. Last question for you. When you take on a team like Ottumwa, they're 4-0 tomorrow night heading in. But, they beat Keokuk, they beat Roosevelt, Lincoln, Oskaloosa. All those teams combined only have 5 wins on the season. Is it kind of hard to get a true bearing of what team they really, really are, or do you feel like you kind of really know for the most part who they are?
Who they beat, and it's like, man, they don't have many wins, but they're not beating these teams by 2 or 3. They're kicking the crap out of them. So you got to be ready to play them. They're pretty good.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks for the time tonight. Appreciate it.
Yep, thank you.
All right, give it up. That is defensive coordinator Duncan Furch for the Marshalltown Bobcats. When we come back, we'll talk to Johan Gomez. We are live inside Rosie's at Wayward Social on KFJB-TV.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social. And that's just on the inside. Step outside and enjoy patio life at Gutter Point with drinks, shuffleboard, live music, and fun atmosphere. Follow Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to plan your next visit to the place for fun.
You planned and saved for your child to go to college, but medical school after graduation was a surprise. A happy, expensive surprise. Wells Fargo Advisors can help. For more than 125 years, we've created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving our clients' personal financial goals. When opportunities surprise you, turn to Wells Fargo Advisors. Together, we'll go far.
Wells Fargo Advisors is located at 14 East South Ridge Road in Marshalltown. Call them at 641-752-5401. They're a member SIPC.
Go in. That's unlucky. We're gonna have to get creative. Might be in that valley of sin. That sounds about where I would be at.
Back in, Bobcat Live at Wayward Social. Hey, tonight's special, $2 off, a large one-topping pizza. If you had one topping to get, what would it be, Johan?
Probably pepperoni.
Pepperoni? All right. Are you a pineapple on pizza?
I don't really mess with pineapple on pizza.
Yeah, I think did Dylan have this conversation last week? He did. That's I watched about 2 seconds of the show last week, and I think he had the same conversation. So we'll move over. I see you brought one of your friends with you here,
Luis.
Johan. There he is.
Luis
Give it. You're on camera. Come on, Luis. There we go. Luis Mongay out here, kicker for the Marshalltown Bobcats at Bobcat Live, and also a soccer player. I believe he was injured last year, so.
He was.
We get the full Luis Mongay experience this coming soccer year as well. We're looking forward to it as well. Winners out here supporting as well. So, all right, heading into week number 5 already. The Ottumwa Bulldogs, your opponent tomorrow night. This was a game that you put your paw prints on a little bit last year. You helped with a punt block. Now, I don't think you got the punt block, did you?
No, it was Davis Ragland.
Davis Ragland?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And then you picked it up and went in for 6. Every big man's dream. I never got that dream fulfilled. What was that like?
It was pretty cool. First touchdown of the season. Felt pretty good.
I would say so.
Yeah.
I would say so. How you feeling health-wise? I know you kind of got your ankle rolled up on a punt last week.
Yeah, my ankle was tweaked up. I'm hoping to come back tomorrow. I'm feeling better day by day. Just taking it day at a time and see if I can perform at my best tomorrow.
Yeah. That was a tough play. You were on a punt, low snap, tried to field it, try to get away. What's going through your mind in those situations like that?
Just try not to panic and make the best play I can out of it in those situations,
Well, obviously safety is better than giving up a touchdown on that, so got that part taken care of it in a tough situation. So last week, not the result you guys wanted, but you're coming back home, going to take on the Ottumwa Bulldogs tomorrow night. What do you know on the defensive side, specifically at your defensive end spot, you're going to need to do well tomorrow?
Especially the physical side. We're going to be needing mental and physical strength a lot, and it's going to be a pretty good fight out there. Yeah.
Last year, year over year, it seems like you can't just, we smoked them last year. Yeah. It's not those kind of things. How do you kind of handle that every week? Or, if you hear a teammate talking like, oh, we smoked them last year, we're going to do that again. How do you kind of, make sure everybody's kind of level-headed headed in?
I just try to make sure that they're in check, not to be overconfident, and just do their best, let the actions do the speaking, and leave it on the field.
Yep. So Luis out here as well. You guys, how do you work in practice together? Do you, because you watch at the NFL level, the offensive defense are over there and the special teams guys are over on another field. I don't think you guys quite have that set up.
Not really.
But, as far as special teams goes, how do you guys work back and forth together to talk about maybe placement of, field goals or the punts, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, usually when we're getting our reps in is around the time we...
Yeah, well, wrestling, what weight are you going to wrestle at this year?
I plan on going 190 this year.
Okay, all right. That's down.
Yeah.
Because you were at
215.
215 last year? Okay, all right. Well, that's good. That's good. You getting ready?
Oh, yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Well, good deal. Well, hey, good luck tomorrow night.
Good
to see you as always,
you
and
too.
Appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
All right, that is Johan Gomez. Give it up for him out here at Bobcat Live. Hey, by the way, for the rest of the month of September, all guests are given the option to round up for their transactions to the next dollar or a different amount to donate back to the Marshalltown Athletic Department. This is Bobcat Live. You're watching KFJB-TV.
At Sports Plus Sports Medicine and Physical Therapy Center, we customize each patient's treatment plan to their individual needs. What does that mean? It means that not every back or knee problem is treated the same, and that your program will be unique and designed especially for your needs or problem. This improves how quickly you will return to work or sports. The Sports Plus staff is encouraging and takes pride in your successful recovery. This is just one more reason why champions choose Sports Plus Physical Therapy as their favorite place to rehabilitate and train.
McGregor's Furniture and Mattress is your local furniture store in Marshalltown, and they are proud to support Marshalltown Bobcat Athletics. If you want to kick off football season in a new recliner, pass the bread at a beautiful new dining set, or lay up on a luxurious sectional sofa, McGregor's is the right play. Score the mattress of your dreams with an assist from their friendly and knowledgeable staff. You'll be the household MVP when you bring home the winning selections at McGregor's Furniture and Mattress, downtown Marshalltown. Open 7 days a week.
When heading to the stadium, don't forget to scoot through the Scooter's Coffee drive-thru on the way to the game. With a variety of drinks to choose from, you can give your school spirit a quick boost before cheering on the Marshalltown Bobcats. Try one of the fall features like the caramel apple smoothie, a pumpkin spice latte, or maple bourbon cream cold brew to get you through the game. Scooter's Coffee. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. South Center Street in Marshalltown. Proud to support Marshalltown Bobcat football.
That's right. We are back here at Bobcat Live inside Rosie's at Wayward Social. Thanks so much for coming out. Georgia, you're up later on the show. Give a wave to the camera. Come on. There we go. Again, we just got one more wave. Here we go. We got the camera. There we go. Sorry. Joe was late switching over there. That's my fault. Not blaming Joe. Anyway, Brett Umthun up here on Bobcat Live.
You have a nickname now for David?
Well, we already did it. We did intern Zach before, so I don't know if we can use intern David. Do you have a nickname from when David was in band?
I just call him Braga.
Braga, okay.
His last name Braga.
All right. We'll have to think about that.
That's a good one.
Thanks for coming on tonight. Appreciate it. Yeah. I know you're busy this time of year.
It is.
Tell me a little bit about what you got going on for Friday night. I know it's kind of your prep to homecoming, which is next week.
Right. This will be our next opportunity to show another movement in our marching band show. We have 3 movements overall. Our second one is pretty popular. This is Halloween and Oogie Boogie's song. So both tunes that people are pretty recognizable. And we have some more audio enhancements and some things to props and so forth to add to the element of marching band. And students have been working hard, working on the drill, of course, and we've added some other students that have joined late. So getting them involved in the drill and music has been fun and good to see them progressing.
Yeah. Numbers overall, how you sitting then?
109.
Okay, that's good. Where would you like to be? Is that kind of peak, or you always want more?
I always want more, yeah, for sure. 120, 130.
Yeah, that'd be a good number. That's good.
Yeah.
Winter, are you Winter Band to sit on with us as well? Are you recruiting kids for band or
no?
No.
It seems to just happen out of random places. Like I had a student just today be like, I think I'm going to join next semester. Like, okay, thank you. That's good.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Well, that's usually my next question is, do you have an instrument? And like, why, yes, I do.
Okay,
so,
all right.
Like, all right, I'll teach you.
Well, that's good. Winter, how are you feeling about where you guys are progressing in your show?
I say pretty good. Obviously, there's still things to work on. With the parade coming up and all that, I feel like we got that down.
Yeah.
We got our Oktoberfest parade, so we're busy with that, and then a competition on Saturday
Same
evening.
day,
So Saturday morning, we got a parade for Oktoberfest, and then the competition at Urbandale.
Yeah, and not only that, but then a parade next week for homecoming as well. So, all right, so you're in Urbandale this weekend, and then I was looking on the calendar. You've got a whole bunch of stuff coming up. You've got State Marching Festival on October 12th, the Mid-Iowa Band Championships October 19th, All-State editions the following weekend.
Right.
I'm sure All-State is that for a concert band?
Yeah.
Okay.
Select students can audition for All-State, which is an enormous undertaking for their musical development. Mm-hmm. And we have 6 students or so auditioning for that. We have our band Extravaganza, which showcases the marching band and the jazz band in the Performing Arts Center. We'll do that on the 21st, I think it is. So the 18th, the last home football games, our senior night for band. And then it's over. It's like bing, bang, boom, we're done.
It's like the fastest I always call it the fastest 9 weeks of the year during the football season. It just seems to always fly. When you get in that, what do you kind of tell all your students, because it could be a lot. It's, you've got school all week, maybe you've got other activities, and then you've got all these weekends in a row. You've got those competitions and trying to be on your A game.
True. Just telling the kids to be mindful of their time management, be respectful of each other, and be encouraging of everyone's need to balance their work life, their school life. That's why I don't book back-to-back weekends for our entire competition. We have a weekend off to recover and get ready for the next one. Yeah. Students have been awesome at doing their own sectionals, creating their own time after school to work together beyond what we do during the block and then evening Monday rehearsals.
Yeah. Wow. And then, like tonight, you're going to do lessons, is that right?
Yeah, I came from lessons, and then I'm going back to lessons. So 5th grade has their super lessons that they're starting this year.
That's
so
awesome.
We're getting a new group of excited band students to join the ranks.
Yeah.
And then mariachi is another big thing that we've had several performances. We have another one for Oktoberfest on Sunday. We're performing 1 o'clock with the band shell.
Okay.
Out there, we've been to UNI, did a performance there.
Awesome.
We got invited to Central College to do something there.
Oh, really?
And it's a neat way to engage the community.
Yeah.
And do something fun and new.
Yeah, the mariachi band, I've seen them before, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's neat.
Have you? I'm sure you've seen the mariachi.
Yeah, I was in mariachi.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What instrument?
I played the vihuela.
Okay.
I think that's how you say it. Yes.
Vihuela.
You were telling us how many instruments you played last time you were on. I can't. Okay. All right. Thanks for hanging with us. Minor hiccup there. But we're back. So we're good. All right. We were talking with Georgia. You're having fun so far. Passion, or does it help you get in shape for basketball and soccer?
It's more to keep me in shape.
Now, is this the first time you told Kim this?
I think I knew that.
It is such a good thing, though. Even if it's not a number one passion for one of the ladies, it's a really good opportunity to stay in shape, build bonds with other teammates, and do something to help your school and be involved in an activity. How do you feel about kind of where the season's at and girls building those relationships and bonds for the year?
Well, we have a really strong team as far as relationships. They definitely work as a team, run as a team. But I think they encourage each other also. And they help each other. Georgia tonight helped one of my top runners. She didn't have anyone there to run with, and so she brought her home. She's kind of my sprinter on my team.
Okay.
And so she brought her home her last couple miles. And so we also played at each other's strengths. And so just figuring out what each girl's strength is and then talking about how to run a race based on what they're strongest at is something also that we're learning this year.
All right, so the sprinter, how does Sophia help?
Sophie has been just a surprise, just coming out, and tonight she met her goal with each VO2 mile run, and I was just super proud of her.
That's awesome. Is this your first year, or have you been running cross country?
This is my first year.
First year, all right. So is it more or less than what you expected as far as the training aspect goes?
It is different with every run, and some days you wake up and you're ready to go, and other days you're tired. But again, that's when we really drill in the need for sleep and nutrition and hydration, because we know if we don't have all of those things, our run won't be our best.
Yep, that is for sure. All right, well, hey, best of luck in the next couple of weeks, and then conference right around the corner.
Yeah.
Thanks for the time tonight, Kim.
All right,
Thanks.
Thank you.
Georgia, always a treat to see you.
Thanks.
Sophia, nice to meet you. Best of luck rest of the season, all right?
Thank you.
All right. Give it up, girls cross country out here, Bobcat Live on KFJB-TV.
At Greg Young Automotive, we go the extra mile for our customers across Iowa. Why do customers choose us and keep coming back? Because our commitment to exceptional service and satisfaction never wavers. With our extensive network of dealerships throughout Iowa, we leverage unbeatable price inventory selection than other dealerships. Visit any of our 6 locations across the state and experience the Greg Young difference, where we'll go the extra mile for you.
Some drivers trade cars every year or every year. Some drive their cars till they drop. Whatever kind of driver you are, Lennox Employees Credit Union is here to get you into the car for your style of driving. You're invited to go to our website, lennoxecu.com, for membership eligibility and loan rates, or call the office to talk to a loan officer. The loan process is quick and easy. Low auto loan rates from Lennox Employees Credit Union, 1004 East Main Street in Marshalltown. Member NCUA.
That sounds about where I would be at.
Welcome back to Bobcat Live from Wayward Social inside Rosie's. And, of course, the special tonight, $2 off a large one-topping pizza. And next week, we will be at Zeno's broadcasting the homecoming parade. You guys going to be out there?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Whether you like it or not. Are you going to be running in the parade? Maybe that's the...
We'll let them ride a float this time.
You're so nice, Chad. Chad Peetig with us out here. I was just watching the golf along video that I did. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a run along with the crowd. I don't know how far I would make it. Carter Nunn and Parker Gooding on the show with us here tonight. Parker, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Good. You guys are the three kind of forerunners Coach was telling me about. Sorry for our feedback here. Heading into this one, this last couple of weeks, how do you guys feel that you're kind of sitting with your times and things like that?
We feel really good about it. We keep getting faster as a team.
And not only that, but you've got a couple of we talked last week with one of your top runners as well. You got 2 top 20 ranked runners on the team, and then you guys 3 and 4. You guys have really solid times as well. You're in the top 50 in times in Class 4A. So being able to kind of put all that together, what's that feel like knowing this is the most critical time of your schedule?
It feels good. We've worked for a long time to get to where we are, and we're just focusing on keeping up the training, and getting ready for conference and districts.
Yeah. Carter, how are you feeling about your times and how you're running right now?
I'm feeling pretty good. Just the summer miles are starting to pay off now, so just the more we run, the faster we get. So I'm feeling good with where we're at right now, but always just keep getting faster every single meet. So that's just always the goal.
So when you talk about those summer miles, how many miles were you trying to get in, and how do you feel that those, is it making your job easier now because you're just well conditioned?
For sure. I was doing around 350 this summer, so 350 miles.
Wow.
Just packing on the miles so that just easier to run that way. I don't know, just works out that way, I guess.
Yeah. So 350 during the summer, but how many miles do you think each of these runners are maybe doing during the season?
Right now we're about 45 miles a week for the last 6 weeks.
Wow.
So there's no letting off right now. We pretty much train through everything, run every Saturday. These guys, 6 days a week commitment from them, which is why they're having the success that they are. It's not by accident. They've earned it every step of the way. Literally every step of the way, they've earned all the accolades they're getting right now and those performances.
Yeah, that's all. How's your body feeling?
Feels good.
Yeah? No aches or pains
No.
or anything? You kind of
we like to get in an ice bath before every meet, so that helps out a lot for sure. But making sure we're well stretched before and after practices is really key to making sure your body's not super sore before a meet.
Yeah. I'm sure you can get some inflammation in the knees and stuff this time of year, right?
These guys are, we always talk about dotting the I's and crossing the T's, doing all the little things. That's what separates the good athlete from the average. And these guys take care of their bodies. They eat well. They rest. They do everything the right way. And so it's not a surprise to see them having the success that they're having.
Yeah. Last week I wasn't on the show. Dylan was here, but he was talking about Preston Johnson. He's running so solid right now. He's ranked 10th in 4A. John Mollers is ranked 19th. Those guys carrying obviously are key to get those solid times for you. But it's guys like this that are, that's where the difference is on most teams, right? You've usually got your one that's running really solid times, but everybody else really picking up the weight,
Right.
I'm sure, is key.
Yeah, we had 2 state qualifiers coming back, so we knew what we had there.
Yeah.
It's really the difference that these 2 have made, and then the other guys on varsity. They're the ones that have closed that gap between those first 2. They had a great workout with those 2 today, stride for stride with those 2. We weren't at that spot last year, so these guys really have made that difference and closed that gap for us, and that's what's made us competitive this year.
What do you think somebody like me would run a 5K in? It's okay. You won't offend me.
Listen, I don't run them anymore either. I have a bicycle. Okay, so I'm not calling anybody out on that.
Well, Carter, you're running a 15:51. I was looking. I believe on Varsity Bound those are just averages right across all all of your races.
And the courses, they vary a little bit.
Yeah. You might run 16 somewhere in
based on the hills, and our course is a very fast course to begin with. Ames is a very fast course to begin with. Nice wide sweeping turns where the athlete can keep up their momentum and stuff. So you can't always go by time. It's really what we look at is how are they placing compared to the competition.
Yeah.
And these guys have been Carter's been a medalist at every single meet, top 25 at every single meet. Even the Bobcat that had had 150 runners in it, he was in the top 25, and so that's how we judge ourselves. We look at the competition and where are we compared to those other schools.
Yeah. But anyway, back to the averages: 15:51 and 16:49. I don't care if it's all that. That is those are impressive times. I mean, those you're moving, right? I mean, so when you're going and you guys have only got almost in those averages, not even 60 seconds of difference, but there could be still a difference of maybe 10, 15 people in between in those times. How tight is it when you're running these races? I mean, those times you're probably always kind of studying them and looking at them, right?
Yeah. It kind of depends on the course, but it's a little bit tight for the most part.
Yeah. So, when you kind of look at
delicious. $1 from every Bobcat burger sold is donated by Legends to Marshalltown High School activities. So, enjoy a Bobcat burger and help MHS. The Bobcat Burger, another exclusive from Legends American Grill in Marshalltown.
Back out at Bobcat Live. Thanks for joining us tonight. Great crowd on hand as Jen O'Neill now joining us. A nice victory on the road. You never want to go to Mason City and lose because that is a 2-hour nightmare on the way home. So always a good feeling coming back home. You took care of business. Mason City, they've struggled this year, but regardless, you still had to go out there and get the job done, and your squad did. They came out, did a really good job of the first and second. Mason City really challenged in the third, but you were able to put that one away. Just another gritty performance that I guess you can kind of put under your belt, right?
Right, yeah. They were actually better than maybe their record shows. They're winless, but they have
really
some
competed.
Skills. They did compete, and good for them. I'm glad it turned out the way it did. And honestly, too, one of the things that I told the girls in our quick huddle after, because it's such a long drive home too, was really proud of them because we had focused on a couple of things that week in practice that we knew we really wanted to work on, and they executed everything exactly how we talked about. So it was great. It was a really great win, but more importantly, just the growth that we're showing as a team as we, put the work in the gym every day. I'm just even more and more impressed with them and super proud of them for sure.
Well, we've had a lot of fun covering conference matches this year on Tuesday nights because you're 4-1 in those matches. So, not to, get ahead of myself, but I'm assuming maybe 5-1 after next Tuesday night. We're looking forward to that. It's Des Moines North in town. It's senior night as well, which is always a fun time. And you talked earlier this year about this senior class, so being able to see them go out, have really good success on the floor statistically and together and in conference. What's that been like for you as the first year leading this program?
Really amazing. I honestly feel super lucky and really blessed to have this group of seniors. They work really hard, but again, their leadership, on the court with even the underclassmen continues to impress me. Now it's, I don't even have to say anything. They're instantly going to someone and saying, hey, do this next time. Or I'll hear them cheering them on like, that was so great. Good job. And it's just, I don't know. They make me proud every day. And I am super lucky to just be a part of their journey. It's going to be a little bit of a bittersweet night, I think, because, you're like, oh, it's your senior year, it's senior night. We're recognizing them. But, Yeah, I absolutely adore them. And again, I'm just really lucky to have this squad.
Yeah. Off the rest of the week until Saturday, and then you're going to be in Cedar Falls.
Yep.
I know you're already playing Janesville or where you play? Urbandale, Janesville, and Linn-Mar. That's who you're taking on this weekend.
Yeah.
So going into this one, knowing it's kind of your last regular season tournament that you're participating in, what's kind of your focus here this weekend?
So we talked about just elevating, kind of the stuff that we worked on for Tuesday. I feel like a broken record sometimes when I'm up here, but quicken up the offense, really still working on out of system balls. We did a super fun drill tonight that we need to do more of for sure. And you kind of set goals and you pick the goal that you're going to, make first. And then you're competing against another team with their goals and you don't know what their goal is and they don't know what our goal is. And so when we get the goal, we make it, like we were just, super excited. And so, I think little things like that, though, like we'll be thinking about what goal do we have set for this match with this team right now and how, when we accomplish that, we for sure have to celebrate. So,
well, it's kind of like coming up here and maybe feeling like you're saying the same thing. I'm sure practice can be like that too, right? Where you come, we're working on this again, kind of because you've gotten past the installation of what you want to do. Yeah. Now you're just kind of trying to make sure you're staying on top of what you do want to do.
Fine tuning for sure.
Yeah.
We've also had this long stretch, like we're a little bit exhausted. We have a few people, a little bit under the weather once in a while. So even last night I was like, okay, you guys get to play in practice. What are we doing? And I was super surprised at, some of the things that they wanted to do. They were like, we're going to do pressure serving. That's a drill where you have to serve to a certain spot. And if you miss, the whole team runs. And they picked that. I was like, okay. They actually did a really good job with that too. And I have a couple people who are a little nervous about serving, and they did a great job. So, it's just the thing is, like, they could have easily said, well, we just want to play games and have fun, but they wanted to continue to put in the work and focus on the things that they know as a team that we've been talking about we need to continue to work on. So, yeah.
I mean, getting outside of your comfort zone is a big thing, too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. They're great. I mean, I could not have asked for a better senior leadership group and, system-wide, our whole program. But I'm just, again, broken record, really proud of them, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Kennedy, Feldman, Coleman. McKenna Coleman.
Yep.
Rogers, Danielson, Ege, Estabrook, Hughes in that senior class. I feel like I'm going to have to learn some new names next year, though.
Yes, you will. We only have 3 juniors, so it won't be 8 seniors.
Did I forget? Olivia's a senior.
Olivia, she is. She's coming up here next.
Maybe that's why I forgot to put her on the list, because I was going to ask you about her coming up next. She's been right there in the middle for you all year long. I thought she really had a nice night the other night against Mason City. Had a couple blocks. She had a really I feel like one of her best kills that I've seen against Mason City. I think that came in the third set. But she just seems to be growing and continuing to improve her game. Where do you kind of feel?
No, I absolutely agree with you. Olivia works super hard. She has been plagued with injury in the past. So last year, part of her season, she was injured, and she has battled back, and every day she works super hard in practice. I mean, she's also one that is looking for feedback, and when we talk about, what I see or what she can do, she responds. And I do tell her too, like, I really want her to celebrate her successes, because there are things that don't show up in the stat line necessarily for her that are huge for our team, like block coverage. So when we're going up for a hit, the rest of the team is supposed to be ready for, if they block it, we're going to get it up. Olivia, if we kept that as a stat, I guarantee leads us in block coverage. She was always right there. She's trying to dig the ball up, and she's a front row hitter most of the time. So to have a big, tall middle lead you in block coverage, that's pretty huge. Like, her court awareness is really good when it comes to that. Wow. So I think that Olivia has really grown and worked really hard on her skills and has not stopped doing that. I think she's our leading solo block stat line too. So yeah, she has really, like I said, battled, especially after her injury last year, and proud of her for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we're going to talk to her in just a moment. We'll take one final time out here at Bobcat Live, but good luck this weekend, and we'll see you Tuesday, all right?
Great, thank you.
All right, that is Jen O'Neill with us, Bobcat Live on Wayward Social on KFJB-TV.
Wayward Social is the place for fun. With 20 lanes of bowling, leagues for all levels, great food and drink options, an awesome arcade, there is a ton of fun to be had at Wayward Social. And that's just on the inside. Step outside and enjoy patio life at Gutter Point with drinks, shuffleboard, live music, and fun atmosphere. Follow Wayward Social on Facebook for updates on specials and live music. It is all on South 6th Street in Marshalltown. Visit wayward-social.com to plan your next visit to the place for fun.
Sportsmanship starts with us.
As a student athlete, I need to model good behavior and represent my school appropriately.
That means respecting my teammates, coaches, opponents, the officials, and fans.
If I do that, so will others, and being a good sport becomes a way of life.
To all of Iowa's student athletes getting ready to compete, remember, sportsmanship starts with us.
Wow, that might be that's a tie for the loudest cheer of the night, Olivia. The girls cross country was a pretty big cheer as well, too. Olivia Holmgren, senior for the Marshalltown Bobcats. Thanks for coming on tonight. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So we'll start Tuesday night, Mason City. I think that was I saw. What was that? You had a really, really good kill right over the middle. Was that third set? I think it was.
It might have been.
Late second or third.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. Anyway, how good of a feeling is that when you...
Super good. I was kind of in a slump, a hitting slump a little bit, so I've been working really hard to get out of that, working on my setter-hitter connection, and so getting that kill was kind of like a validation of my work, and then I'm slowly getting out of that slump a little bit.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I feel like sometimes, I'll use golf because that's the one that I still play, now. But like when you are in a funk and then you finally get yourself out, like there's no better feeling than when you hit the perfect shot or, in this case, a kill.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, all right, Coach mentioned it. You're one of the top blockers, 28 blocks, 29 kills, 10 digs coming in. Being there in the front row, talk to me a little bit about your responsibility because – you've got to be ready if a set, and then it's quickly back over and coming back. Maybe you got to get ready to get set back up for a block. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of moving around down there. So tell me a little bit about your role.
Well, blocking in the middle, you really got to be on your toes. You got to be ready to move. Sometimes it's a little hard to determine where that set is going. So it's just being ready, being able to get there, close the block with your pin hitters. They're the ones who are going to set it up for you and make sure that you're in the right spot.
Yeah. It also doesn't help. I think you're like, what, almost 6 foot, 5'11"?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, and your dad's Tim, right?
Yes, he is.
Okay. All right. He's a fairly tall guy. Is your mom here?
Yeah, she is too.
Okay, all right. I've seen your mom. Okay, so you get your dad's height for sure.
Yeah,
probably.
they're both pretty tall.
Pretty tall. All right. So I just, Dylan and I, we always talk about being vertically challenged. So, being able to be 5'11". I mean, is that kind of what's like the perfect height? Would you say? I mean, obviously you want to be taller, but
yeah.
I feel like 5'11" is pretty good because when I look at the net, I think, man, I don't know if I can get up there and get a block.
You'd be surprised. It's not quite as tall as you really think it is. Yeah.
All right.
I bet you could do it.
Well, and well, thanks for the vote of confidence. I don't think there's not too many teams you're playing night in, night out. Like I remember when last year you went to take on Johnston postseason. They had a couple ladies that I think were like 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah.
And you can really see a little bit of that different than that height advantage. But when you're in conference play, you're fairly tall compared to some of the other ladies that you're facing. So kind of going into that, is there a game plan to use your height to your advantage? Or if you know that there's another lady who is maybe just a little bit taller, is there kind of the I guess what I look at, like basketball or whatever, matchups, as far as height goes. Do you have those matchups in volleyball?
I mean, sometimes it kind of depends on each team. I've seen some super tall right sides that are taller than I am. I've seen some in the middle. So it just kind of depends on their strengths of the other team. But, yeah.
All right, so Coach has been really happy with your season. How have you what's your thoughts? I know you mentioned a little bit of a funk, but kind of getting out of that the other night. But overall, collectively, I know you had the injury last year, so I'm sure it's been good to have just a full season out there.
Yeah, it's been a really good experience, kind of getting back out there. I love playing with my team. I love all the girls on it. They're such a good support system, and I really lean on that in times. And as for volleyball, it's just fun to be out there. It's fun to compete. We want to win. It's a good time.
All right, so who we got over here?
We got Gabby, Madison Rogers, Ellie Hughes, and Ege.
Okay, all right. And it's always fun to see how, throughout the year we've had the volleyball team come out and everybody out here. I mean, it seems like one of those things where you can say, oh yeah, we're friends on and off the court or whatever, but to come out and support like this really shows that they are really, there to support you and stuff.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah. All right, so, I mean, the season's winding down here. I mean, you've got tournament, you've got senior night, you've got Des Moines East, I think, at home on a Thursday night, and then conference right around the corner. So what do you know the team has to do well down the home stretch here before playoffs?
Yeah, so I definitely think we still need to continue working on limiting our errors, like back-to-back errors. Coach Jen has really been preaching, limit our mistakes, control what we can. We've been working hard on serve receive, and then, again, just block coverage and setter-hitter connections are all just stuff that we can continue, honing in on and getting better at.
What other things are you involved in?
I am involved, obviously, in volleyball. I don't play any other sports, but I do Big Brothers Big Sisters, National Honor Society, Student Senate.
Okay. I see Megan's here. That height, it wouldn't be bad for the basketball team. Just saying, all right? Hey, best of luck the rest of the season. Thanks so much for coming on. Great job, by the way. She said she was nervous. I couldn't even tell. It's good stuff. We'll wrap things up at Rosie's Inside Wayward Social next.
Miller Middle School turns 100 next year. It has served generations of Marshalltown students well. Education has changed dramatically since Miller opened in 1925. Miller faces a long list of challenges, including limited technology capabilities, lack of space for learning, gathering, and new programming to prepare our students for the next step in their journey. Voters will consider a referendum in November to reimagine Miller for future generations. To learn more, go to marshalltowncsdfuture.com.
When heading to the stadium, don't forget to scoot through the Scooter's Coffee drive-thru on the way to the game. With a variety of drinks to choose from, you can give your school spirit a quick boost before cheering on the Marshalltown Bobcats. Try one of the fall features like the caramel apple smoothie, a pumpkin spice latte, or maple bourbon cream cold brew to get you through the game. Scooter's Coffee. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. South Center Street in Marshalltown. Proud to support Marshalltown Bobcat football.
One final time, Bobcat Live at Wayward Social on KFJB-TV. You saw earlier the golf along video. Yeah, I had a chance to play 9 holes with the Bobcat boys golf team, and so you can watch that on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@KFJB-TV, as that was a lot of fun, and some of those guys with some great shots. So I encourage you to check that out. Coming up tomorrow night, we will be out at Leonard Colt Field as the Bobcats are back home, week number 5. The Ottumwa Bulldogs are in town. 6:30 is the pregame show, and kickoff is at 7:30. Hope to have you along for that one. Bobcat Live will hit the road next week. We will be out at Zeno's broadcasting the parade live from 6 to 7. We'll have some interviews during the show as well, so we are looking forward to that. Thanks so much to a great crowd coming out here tonight at Wayward Social. That'll wrap it up. You've been watching Bobcat Live right here on your home for the Cats, KFJB-TV.